Yeah, maybe he knew it was I came prepared course, but he cracked a little smile. So,
Hi guys, how you doing? It's Coach Mitch here. I have a special guest today, so I won't even tell you his name. So, sir, what's your name, please?
my name is Andre.
Andre, and I know you're one of my clients for which area though of federal law?
Yeah, I'm in for CBP.
Excellent. Okay. Andre, a couple of things about you, man. First of all, Andre, please tell us how old you are.
I'm 22 years old.
Excellent. You guys, I'm not sure how long, about a year and a half ago, I had another guy, 20 years old for BP. So Andre is very close to that same age range also. But Andre, for people watching you tonight, we want to know like, why CBP? First of all, what do you do now and why CBP?
So I currently own a lawn business out here in Michigan. But I kind of want to make the change to CBP. I mean, you hear the cliche answer like, "Oh, I want to serve my country" or whatever. But I mean, that's true, and it's cliche. But my dad was in the Coast Guard for 9 years as federal law enforcement, and I know a couple people who are also CBP officers, and they kind of are what got me into the job. They told me all about it, and then kind of just that was my thing that I wanted to do.
That's awesome. Did you think about any of the other careers out there in federal law, like BP? I don't know, Secret Service. Did anything else get your interest, or was it CBP only?
So I one of my old goalie coach, he's a VSR, so like I think it's like veteran service representative,
Yeah,
for the U.S. for the government as well.
yeah.
I tried that, I applied for that, and then I'm kind of glad I got rejected because I ended up with this, and I think this is a little better for me. So,
That's awesome, man. So tell us, okay, so you said, okay, I'm gonna get serious now. I'm gonna go through the process. What was that exam like? Was it hard for you?
like the written exam or the is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, at first it was. I had to study for it because they word it so differently to
Mm,
where like it just doesn't make sense. It's kind of like reading like Shakespeare, where like they just change up the wording and like and then the answers are kind of complicated. So, but they have like a whole study guide and everything for you on their page that you study from, and I studied from it for honestly forever, and then I was
really?
able to pass on my first try. So.
So if I'm looking at you, I want to go to CBP. So I should study the exam on their site for a long time before I take it. Is that right? Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, for the logical reasoning, I definitely would for sure for that whole portion, the entrance exam portion.
Excellent. Okay. And so that was helpful for you, obviously, because not everybody passed it the first time. Some guys take it two, three, four times, but
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's literally how I passed, or just studying that the whole time. So,
really. So
mm.
have you seen CBP people in action before, like on videos on YouTube? Have you seen the job before?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've seen my buddy's dad is a CP officer, and he was actually on the show. So we kind of give him crap for it sometimes, but well, not like crap, but we clip it up and send it in. But it's kind of funny. It's just kind of funny just to see like, oh my gosh, I actually know that guy. Like.
That is very cool. So tell us, what would be your dream location and dream job in CBP? What would you want to do in your location you want to be at?
Oh, I haven't thought about that. Like I know I want to move to Florida eventually, but
Oh,
I've seen some even cooler positions down like in the Virgin Islands, but I know those are probably like so seniority, so I don't know how easy it'd be to get that position, but where they're just on the Virgin Islands on a boat all day, like but
yeah.
I think I think the most realistic ideal spot would be Florida or maybe even Arizona.
Mm. So
So
you're okay to move though? Are you Andre? No problem to move anywhere? You cool with that?
yeah, I'm cool to move. I prefer to stay around from where I'm from so I can live at home for a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and maybe save up some money and then eventually put in to transfer down there, but or transfer out of state. So,
Yeah, that would be cool because I know a lot of people write me. They say, "Coach Mitch, can I? Uh, do I have to go here? Do I have to go there?" And there's options also. Like some guys in academy they swap jobs. Or there's other
mhm.
options too. But you have the most healthiest, I guess, the most able because you're not married, right? And no kids, right?
Nope.
You have
Thank
the
you. Nope, absolutely not.
so you have the most flexibility, right? A lot of
Yeah.
people can't move the kids and so on and so forth. So tell me, within the CBP, like, there's the secondary, there's canine investigations. Are there jobs there too you might want to eventually get into also, or what's your plan there?
If I think if they had like a program, like some sort of like swap program, I don't know if they do, but if they did, that'd definitely be something I'm interested in. As far as like canine or agriculture or whatever other stuff, I don't know what else they have, but those are the only two that I've really seen so far.
Yeah,
So those two, I mean, I'm not particularly interested in, but
I understand. Awesome, man. So how do we meet, buddy? What happened? Why'd you come to me for your interview help? What happened here?
um, yeah, I mean, I was telling my buddy that I wanted to put in for CBP again because I had put in for it before. And then kind of like ads were popping up on YouTube, like CVP hiring. And then somehow I think one of your videos just came up on my suggested page. And
Oh,
then I just was going through your channel and watching like all your interviews with other people you helped and watching all your videos. You have some like practice, it's like the practice interview questions like on your channel. And I was like practicing them, seeing like how my answer compared to yours. And then eventually I got to the interview portion. I was like, well, I'm probably going to need some help. So,
was it what you expected, my friend? Was it what you think was it good for you? Was it everything you thought it'd be? Was it good for you to help you out?
like your program?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was more than enough. I went in there, and it's kind of funny because you hear that they're going to be straight faced. I did get one guy to crack a little smile at the end, and it wasn't even. I don't know if he just thought I was maybe like a moron or something, but
What?
well, because I said so. It's in your program, but you gotta get the program to know what I said. But I said it, and he cracked a smile. I don't know if he just thought I was stupid or what, but
No, he knew.
yeah,
That's
maybe he knew I came from your course, but he cracked a little smile. So
I love it. So, so I tell people all the time they can be intimidating. Is that true or not for you? Were they intimidating to you? Were they?
oh yeah, definitely. They'll you'll answer and I think they'll try and get you to change your answer. Like they'll be stern and they'll say things where it's like you might second guess yourself, but at the end of the day, I think the most important thing is even if you're wrong, like stand on what you said, even though it's wrong, to sound like you know what you're talking about, and like that nobody's gonna make you change your mind. If
There we
if that
go.
makes sense. Like
It does make sense. That's really good advice, and that's really good. I
so
always tell people too. Of course, we get them with answers to all questions, but I always tell people all the time. I always tell them, they think it's going to be for an hour. How long was yours?
I think it was sub 15 minutes.
I
But I
tell
mean that
people,
also could have been my answering. I kept my answers pretty short and just stern and they would just ask me like are you sure, and I would just be like yes ma'am or yes sir, and
exactly,
that was basically it. So
and go from there. Last thing about the interview part, I want to ask you about. Did you feel confident going into there after our training?
oh yeah, I was confident, but then I also kind of second guess yourself a little bit. You're like shoot, I don't know if I'm ready for this, right? And I mean just like anything, like the nerves build up too, and all those thoughts just start going through your mind, but you kind of just gotta focus in and just do what you need to do. So
I love it. I love it. Okay, what's next in your journey? What's next in the process for you, Andre?
So on Tuesday, so in like I think it's like about 2 days, I have my fitness, medical, and drug test.
Okay.
And then when I applied a couple years, 2 years ago, I think, or something like that,
Yeah,
around 2 years ago, I actually did my entrance exam. They had me do the entrance exam, even though they probably knew they were going to reject me because I didn't meet the qualifications, but I still applied anyways. The guy I know in CBP said, you know what, just apply anyways. And I'm glad it worked out that way because I applied, did the entrance exam, passed the entrance exam. So now I don't have to do it this time. And so, yeah, now I just have the fitness test. And then I think once I pass that, it'll be the poly and then the background, and the SF-86 and stuff like that, the fingerprints. So,
wait. You said you didn't think you were gonna make it through. So why do you think that for? I'm curious. I didn't hear that part.
well, because like it said the minimum requirements are 3 years general work experience. And I was only like 1.5 ish years out of high school at that time.
Gotcha. Okay.
So but I just put in anyways because, like I said, my buddy's dad, he just says put in anyways. They like when you put in multiple times. It shows that you want it. So
That's good advice. You hear that, guys? So Andre started, guys, that he was 19 and a half. Right, is that right, my friend? Is that right? Or
yeah, I think I was like a couple months after I turned 20.
jeez, you really need.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good advice you're hearing right now, guys. Even if when I hit that 3 year mark, Andre still did it anyway, and they took it. Correct, buddy?
My first application.
Yeah.
Yep, they took it. And then they had me do the entrance exam, and then even though I passed the entrance exam, they still just rejected me. But
Ah, interesting. Okay, so now
yeah.
I'm sure you've heard about the dreaded poly, right? I get
Oh
questions
yeah.
all the time about the poly, and I don't touch the poly, guys. So you know out there, I don't teach the poly. I don't touch the poly at all. But what have you heard about the poly that's so dangerous and bad? What have you heard about the poly, Andre?
Well, the first thing I've heard that you're not allowed to study for the poly is I've heard that's one of the questions just by doing some not I'm not even researching the poly, but it just came up like, in search just like searching stuff on YouTube about CBP and one of the videos I watched was he said that might be one of the questions. So I don't think you're really allowed to study for the poly.
Right.
Um but yeah, I mean I've heard it's garbage. Everyone I talk to in CBP hates it. They say it's stupid. But I mean, it's part of the process, I guess. And I mean, I've heard a ton of people. I mean, obviously, I don't know how true they are, but I've read a ton of people online and stuff that are like, "Oh, I swear I told the truth on everything," but they still told me I failed. So, I
Yes.
mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just if they tell me I'm lying, I mean, I'm gonna go and tell the truth 100% about everything.
Right.
But if they tell me I'm lying, I disagree with your results. I'll see you back in 6 months. Like,
Yeah, you got a good attitude about that, like that for sure. I've had clients before, guys like you, just clean guys, whatever. They get to this poly part, they don't pass the poly. They sit there and they're stunned. They're like phased, like, how can I pass the poly? I said the truth about everything, you know. But
mhm.
that seems to be the big deal as a poly. And I'm not a big fan of the poly at all. Everybody knows that already on my channel. I don't believe in the poly either, but it is what it is. It has to be taken on for sure. You know, there's no way to get around it at all. You know, so now when you first passed, who'd you tell your parents? I'm sure, right?
I actually texted you first.
Ah, nice.
As soon as I passed, I texted you, and then I called. I think it was my mom, and then my dad.
Thank you. Big honor, man. Thank you. We
So,
talked, man. Big honor for that, man. And I
yeah.
can tell you guys when I first met Andre, you know, he's quite sly for sure. We did some stuff, but man, that second time or third time, you just on fire. I said, geez, this guy's gonna kill it. You know, I knew you're gonna kill it the third time. We said, this guy's you're just too focused, man. You're on it. I knew you're gonna do good. You know, I knew that. You know, and I had a lot of confidence in you. You know that already when we talked before. You know, so
Yeah, I don't know. I was starting to second guess. Maybe you didn't have confidence in me, and that's why you gave me that offer. You're like, man, this guy sucks. I'm gonna.
no, that's a sign of trust, man. That's a sign of pure confidence. I knew you're gonna do it because you should see yourself like I see you grow so fast in a few weeks. Like, my gosh, she's on fire, man. So no, I do. Yeah, it was good stuff. You know, I was very proud of you, man. So let's say this: if you had to, like, give us some advice. I'm new here, new video. I'm looking at. Here's a guy named Andre looking at it. Give me some advice if I'm thinking about going down this path. What should I do, man? What should I do? Give me some life advice. I'm new here. I'm about 23, 24 years old. What should I do?
So I've had this one quote that it's kind of always been in my mind since I was in high school. It's from my hockey coach. He said, "Failure to prepare is preparing to fail." So
Oh,
that's always been in my mind, and at the end of the day, that's why I got your program. That's why I stay in shape. I do boxing and stuff, and then I go to the gym. So that's why you gotta stay in shape. I mean, staying in shape is a lot of people take it for granted too. Like that's the easiest portion. If you can't stay in shape, that's the easiest thing, in my opinion, at least.
great.
Like if you pass the fitness test, like 12 push-ups, 20 sit-ups,
No big deal.
and whatever that 14-inch step test is or whatever.
Right.
Um, in my opinion, that's going to be the easiest part. Like that's the part that I think you're really going to have the most control over.
Correct. That's right. That's
So
1000%. You're right. And some folks, they're not ready for that. They got to do it again. But you're right. I mean, your own body, you control that for sure. You want to go to the gym or not?
yeah,
It's up to you.
exactly.
That's a
You
really
can't
good.
you can't control that the you know like you can't control the information that they're going to give you or you know the questions they're going to give you in the interview, but
Agreed.
you can control the food that goes in your mouth. You know, you can control your mind, and if you want to go to the gym and be lazy or not. So
Absolutely agree there for sure. That's for you to control or not. Now, but a lot of people, I try to tell in my videos too, they're thinking about CBP, right? But they're going to work every Sunday. Well, Sunday night they worry about going to work. Monday they're sad going to work, and I tell them like, now I got you for an example again. Like, look what he's doing. He went for it. He did it. I mean, that's a big deal to start that process, right? So if people are doubting it, do you say jump in there? What do you say then, Andre?
I mean, everyone's kind of in the same boat in the sense where they got to get up and go to work. It's just like what do you want to do and get up for? Like, do you want to get up and go to the job you dread, or do you want to get up and go to a job that you actually enjoy? And yeah, I mean,
That's a good point. Are you going to miss your business right now when you go into CP once you get there?
yeah, I mean, I love doing this. Like it's so easy. It's kind of I mean, it's basically just labor work, but everything else is kind of just autopilot. Like,
Eh,
it's not super hard and it pays well. So I mean, I am gonna miss just being on autopilot all
Yeah,
day, but
exactly. And plus, it's yours too, right? It's yours, right?
yeah, and it's mine exactly. So I get to control how everything's run. So
Yeah, it's always hard from when you go to be your boss to having a boss, right? It's a hard,
yeah.
different, not hard. It's a different transition though for sure. But what you're doing is much more. You service so many people, the country basically, right? So it's a different
Mhm.
perspective, but still have your business too is awesome. I totally get that part also, but my God, man, I give you a lot of respect for, geez, man, you're so young. You know what you want already. That's a lot of us don't know that at your age. We have no idea, so
Yeah.
I respect you for that, man, for sure. So now you get your badge. You got your friend with CBP already. Your father was 9 years. And which one now?
He was in the Coast Guard.
That Coast Guard. Awesome. Everybody around you serving, man.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love it. Audrey, give us some parting words of advice from you or some words of wisdom or tell me something that's going to stick with people. I'm watching a video right now. I see you here. Tell us something we can bring with us after the video ends.
I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. I think the most important thing is staying in shape, and I think if you're not happy where you're at, I think that's your brain telling you that you need to make a change.
Cool.
Whether it's fitness wise or or nutritionally or whatever else. So
That's good. I like that. So basically, it's up to you to make that change if you're tired of doing it right.
yeah, absolutely. You control everything that your mind does. So
Love it, man. Like my father's friend always told me, he'd always tell me, Mitch, if it's going to be, it's up to me. So same
mhm.
thing almost, right? I love
Yep.
that. Andre, man, I want to tell you thank you for your time. And like you came through with your promise. I said, hey, can we interview you? And you said, yeah. And again, he's a man of his word. So Andre,
Yeah,
man,
absolutely.
for your time, buddy. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course.